you know tiramisu was all day, every day. We really do love this stuff around here.
Wow, oh my God.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Recipe Drop. I'm Emerald and I'm dropping in as a guest this week. Today I'm really excited to show you how to make this Hong Kong style milk tea tiramisu. This recipe is inspired by some recent travel. I just got back from Hong Kong and Italy, so I wanted to combine some of my favorite bites while I was there to make a no-bake summer dessert that you can share with all your friends. It's a super straightforward recipe. We're gonna make a Hong Kong style milk tea. We have a cream that gets layered on top, finish it off with some chocolate, wait a couple hours, and there you have it. So let's get into it. All right, jumping right in, we are gonna start off by making our Hong Kong style milk tea. I just have 2 cups of water here and we're going to bring it to a boil. Our water's boiling. I'm using 10 black tea bags. We want this to be super nice and concentrated, much like espresso would be. This is definitely not the traditional way of making Hong Kong style milk tea. We would need like a whole nother video just for that, but we're gonna get really similar flavors by doing it this way. So I'm gonna cover that and let that steep for about 10 minutes. Let's check on our tea. It's looking pretty good. I'm gonna just remove these tea bags, strain them as best I can. So my parents both grew up in Hong Kong, so Hong Kong style milk tea is very important to us. My mom's favorite way to have her milk tea is with just condensed milk, no evaporated milk or granulated sugar, which is how I grew up drinking it. So that is what we're gonna do here. And if you go to a Hong Kong style cafe, you can ask them for ta zao, which means no granulated sugar, just condensed milk, and I promise, best way to have it. So this is looking good. We're just going to stir in that condensed milk and then let our liquid mixture cool. All right, moving on, we are going to separate some eggs. And we're just using the yolks of the eggs today. And this is gonna give us a really kind of rich, creamy texture. My favorite way to separate yolks is to crack 1 egg at a time into a bowl and then just kind of scoop out the yolk. This way you don't have to like go back and forth and worry that you're gonna puncture your yolks. The last yolk going in, you can save your egg whites, make some whiskey sours later. I'm gonna add in 1/4 cup of sugar. And then you can either use a hand mixer, but my arms are a little sore today. We're gonna use an electric hand mixer. And I just wanna whisk this together until our egg yolks become really nice and pale and about triple in size. This usually takes about 4 or 5 minutes, but we're just gonna keep an eye on it. The best way to know is by looking, and once we get there, I'll show you how to test to make sure that we're all ready. But I feel like this is really bringing me back to being in Italy. I was there for like 2-ish weeks with some friends for a birthday, and you know tiramisu was on the menu all day, every day. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Our egg yolks are really nice and pale. And when we lift up our whisk, you can see that the egg yolks are kind of just ribboning on top of our mixture here. So that is perfect. And then we're going to make the rest of our cream here. So I have some heavy cream. This is 3/4 cup. To that, we're gonna add another 2 tablespoons of condensed milk. We really do love this stuff around here. And then we're going to add some vanilla paste. You can also use vanilla extract if you don't have paste. It will do just fine. And then we're gonna add a pinch of salt, because my rule is always, if it's sweet, you're gonna have to balance it out, and salt's gonna do the job. All right, and then we're just going to beat this again at about medium-high speed until we're at about medium peaks. This recipe is really great if you wanna plan ahead, bring a little dessert for a barbecue or a picnic. Our whipped cream is looking pretty good. We're kind of at medium peaks. That's where you can see like our tips here are just ever so slightly falling. And if you ever wanted to make just a whipped cream, this alone, so good. But we're not done there. We're gonna add some mascarpone, which I need to get. So I went to the fridge to grab this mascarpone because we wanna make sure it's nice and cold. That's gonna ensure that this mixture stays kind of stiff and easily spreadable. And then we're just gonna beat this all together. Now we're gonna take our whipped cream mascarpone mixture and fold half of it at a time into our egg yolks. We want to make sure we're folding gently to not knock out any of that air we whipped into our egg yolks earlier. All right, in with the second half here. And we're just gonna fold this until we don't see any big streaks anymore. Okay, perfect. Now let's assemble. So before we assemble, we're gonna add a tablespoon of brandy into our milk tea mixture. It's not too much booze. You can also opt out of this part. It's really just kind of for the aroma of it. It's just like a little whisper, a suggestion of booze, if you will. So once we mix that in, we are all ready to go. I have my ladyfingers here, and we are going to dunk each one for 4 to 5 seconds. We don't want these to become too soggy, but we want to make sure they're saturated enough. And then just pop them into a little baking dish. When I'm dunking it, I know it's kind of ready when I squeeze on the side of the cookie and it's like a little bit soft, but not so soft where if I push too hard, my fingers would break it and go through it. And it also depends on kind of how firm or not you like your tiramisu. The smell of this milk tea is bringing me back to being on vacation, which I would love to get back to soon. But I used to go to Hong Kong every year growing up. That's where my mom's family lives. And my favorite part was always waking up early with my grandma, and we would get dim sum, and then below where where her apartment is, there's a really cute little cafe, and we would get some milk tea and then share these pineapple buns stuffed with like a bunch of butter. It wasn't the healthiest breakfast, but delicious. I'm gonna pop this last one for our base layer right into our dish. And then we're going to just add in half of this cream right on top of those soaked ladyfingers. That feels about right. And just spread it right over top. And then we're just gonna repeat the process, dip our ladyfingers and pop them right on top of that whipped cream mascarpone mixture. Last one going in. We're gonna just tuck this guy right in here. It's okay if they overlap a little bit. No one knows once you put the mascarpone on top. Okay, perfect. Now we're just going to top our tiramisu off with the final layer of cream here. Oh, I'm so excited to eat this. Except for I should mention now that you do have to wait 4 to 6 hours before you can eat this. But, you know, we have some Food52 kitchen magic, and we have a swap. So we're not gonna make you come back tomorrow. Beautiful, let's spread this. We're gonna have our beautiful final layer. And then instead of using cocoa powder, I like to just shave some chocolate on top. I'm always pro extra chocolate, but also I think it has kind of a nice mouthfeel when you bite into it. So you can put as much or as little as you want. The right answer is always more for me, but you can choose. I like just like a nice, even coating. Looks kind of speckled, but again, put as much as you'd like. If you want like full coverage, this is the time to do it. Okay, that is looking pretty good. So we are just going to wrap this up, pop it in the fridge, but actually swap it out. We have our swap. Look how cute this little lid is. It's perfect if you want to bring it over to your friend's place. Bring it outside for a picnic. Anyways, it's gorgeous. And now it's time to serve. You can go right in with a big spoon, scoop it out, or you can slice it. That's what I'm gonna do. Those cookies are nice and soft, really easy to cut into. Ooh, this looks so good. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna plate one more because it's definitely more fun to try with a friend. We have our beautiful second slice. This is a big one for you. Ooh, okay, this is a good slice. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. All right.
Wow, cheers.
Ooh, big cheers.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Ah, I love tiramisu.
What do you think? Do you like it?
That's so good. Wow, oh my God.
Can you taste the tea?
Yeah, it's like a lot more mellow.
Definitely.
Which I think is like, it's nice because I feel like sometimes I want tiramisu, but after the end of a meal, it's like kind of another heavy thing. this is like a little lighter. And I'm like, I could eat this whole thing and
For
I
sure.
might not even think about it. So
Dangerous.
yeah, don't leave me alone with this.
Well, and also it's like if you're not a huge coffee fan, this is a good substitute also. But
Wow, oh my gosh.
the condensed milk, I mean, you can't pick it out all together that there's condensed milk, but like it's good and it's in there. So you can find this recipe linked below. If you want to see more of me, I'll also be linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.